Any other additions or deletions to last meeting's minutes? Otherwise, I need a motion to approve. Chad, second. Elena, seconds. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Public comment, non-agenda items. Chairperson's report. Really, the only thing I got is that the Conservancy called about Sunrise Park.
What did they say?
Everyone's heard about the vandalism and stuff, whatever, and stuff like that, but Kim's handled everything. If you want to make anything, you want to talk about anything about what you did? And
I've made a couple new signs because all the signs are, the only sign that's down there is no fishing. So I got pricing today. I sent it off to a printer. Nice big aluminum signs with some rules. Welcome to Sunrise Park. No fishing, no swimming. Our park's clean. We're going to put a garbage can down there. My staff is actually going down there daily. They were usually scheduled 2 times a week for garbage. I said, it takes 5 minutes to swoop through there, jump out of the truck, take a look, see what's going on. This is our second rope that we've cut down. The kids are attaching a rope to that tree. Obviously, it's unsafe. We know it's fun, but it's very unsafe. So whoever put the rope up, it's gone. So, and we're just going to monitor it. I've talked to police chief going on. He's going to patrol through there as well. So we're on it as best we can. So
that worked out good. Then they're going to get out of their vehicles.
Yeah,
okay.
Absolutely. So, and just to the community, and it is in my report. Just educate the kids about vandalism, keeping the parks clean. We all got to work together. So the
Conservancy ended up taking the scope out of there too because they didn't want nothing to happen to that either because
Right.
it was so bad down there and stuff. Hopefully it'll get better, and please talk to your kids about vandalism's not good. All right, director's report.
Okay. I've typed up my report. I gave that to the commission. We had a little late start with the swimming pool, the big pool this year. Obviously, the baby pool was marsh sited. The large pool opened on June 18th. We had a delay in the motor. The main pool pump was leaking. We had to order a motor. There was a delay getting here. Got my hands on a motor, got that put in. So we opened on June 18th. It took us a while to clear up the water. Without a motor, without a pump, you can't clear the water. So we were a couple days off on that. Swim lesson registration, we have 68 kids in swimming lessons currently, and 9 children are registered for swim club. The last day of school pool party, unfortunately, we didn't have that big pool. But I said we're going to roll with it. I got a hold of a bouncy house water slide. Talked to one of our local vendors on the island. He has a bouncy house business. Helped me out that day. Minimal charge, $150, and thank you for doing that. The kids had a ball, so we made it work. Also, Wacky Wednesdays are at the pool. I think that was something the kids did last year, my staff. From 1:30 to 2:30, they do arts and crafts, pool chemistry. We're going to do some new things during Wacky Wednesdays. And another statistic, water aerobics, 9 adults are registered, but we are averaging 3 to 4 walk-ins. Going on at the marina, we still have 5 open wells. There was an issue, I believe, that I heard from last year, trouble getting the boats in on time. Some things that I've kind of heard just from, commission and some administration. I put a letter out to our boaters, asked them kindly to get their boats in by June 18th. They all did. So we have 2 boats on the marina property right now. My dock master knows exactly what's going on. They both have health issues. So we're going to work with those people, okay? As you can see, the marina's been cleaned up very, very nicely. Kudos to my staff. The shrink wrap, I got that finally scheduled for the 2nd week of July. And the blessing of the fleet was June 20th. I was there. Chad was there. Very nice event. Very, very nice. So I think there's about 25 people until the wind picked up.
by the police.
That's correct. At the farm, obviously, just reiterating. Our fitness class is going on, 10 registered for that. Thank you, it wasn't on. Thank you, Jim. The senior fitness, we have 16 registered for that. Again, just reiterating our golf specials, Tuesdays and Fridays all day, $2 off. And then Friday is foot golf, $8. Again, $2 off for foot golf. I also contacted a vendor yesterday, a program I'd like to bring to the island. And I know in Ohio, a lot of places did this, is the night golf. So I'm getting a price for this. It's kind of fun. It's kind of family-oriented. You know, I worry about the mosquitoes and the bugs, but put your repellent on and go golf. So it is night golf, so I'm getting a price for that. And I'll bring that to the commission once I get that all locked down. And then on the back of that document I gave you, basketball camp, I'm just providing numbers. 18 girls and 27 boys for basketball camp. I was actually at the camp this morning. I just want to say thank you to the head basketball coach and her crew. Well-run program. I didn't get to watch the boys. I got tied up with a few things this afternoon, but just outstanding. Volleyball camp, we do have 24 registered. Unfortunately, the calls are going out right now by my staff that we do have to cancel that for next week. The water main break and the repairs at the school, beyond our control, there's nothing we can do. So there's no running water at the school. Obviously, you can't have kids in there with no running water, you know, the lavatories and so forth. I went to the schools today. I met with some of the ladies, and we tried to find another place for us. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of volleyball courts on the island, so we did have to cancel that. And again, I'm trying to wait and see if they get done sooner with the projects at the school. Maybe we can reschedule that program. But as of right now, it is canceled for next week, so the calls will be hitting the households tonight. Junior golf, 12 registered for the 11 to 14-year-olds, and then 6 registered for the ages 7 to 10. Little Chippers had 10, and Magic Camp has 10 registered. Just a little, again, been here a month and a half, encouraging all residents to be safe this summer in the pool and on their boats with the PFDs. I know some of the board has reiterated that. I'm watching that too. Encourage your kids, sign them up for swimming lessons. There's water everywhere around here. I've actually made some communication to bring back the boater safety class for kids. So I'm trying to get that back on the island. I think it was here a couple years ago. I think that's something we need to bring back. So I did find a contact for that. And then also to all the residents, if you have a program idea or a concern or even a compliment, my door's open. Come see me, email me. I want to hear what you have to say as well. So I just want to send that out there. And then also, with our parks, just asking the residents, work with your kids, keep it clean so we can keep it safe for everybody. Because everybody's using Sunrise, everybody's using Playscapes, the bike path, everywhere. And I had to run 30 parks in my old job, 30 of them. And we did a community watch program. I'm thinking about maybe starting that here for our parks. Want to get a feel for the community on if that would be an interest or if any one of our residents would be interested in that program. And just put your litter in the garbage can. And it goes a long way. So, and that's really all I have. Any questions?
We recycle here in Michigan.
Yes, we
I know
do.
down where you're from. Oh,
We do.
clean, clean, clean.
So, and again, we are lacking the recycling bins. I found one out at the horse farm today. It's just kind of sitting there. I'm going to bring that back up to the pool. And then you can also just use a regular garbage can and put the word recycle on it and get the blue bags and so forth. So, any other questions? Okay. Yep.
Old business? Old business? Business. Items for chair, vice chair, and secretary. Jim, do you want to say anything before we?
No, it's okay.
So we got vote for a chair, a vice chair, and a secretary, which we usually do in March. It's only a 1-year thing, and then you have to renew and stuff like that. First one up is the vote on the chair. Do we have an idea who wants to become chair?
I have a couple questions, though. What is the term for each one of those seats?
1 year.
It's 1 year?
Yeah, it ends with the fiscal year of the township's annual thing.
Okay.
So each year, you have to redo it.
So all three of those are up at the same time each year?
Correct. Unless someone leaves. You have a vacancy, or if they say they don't like it or don't want to do it, I mean, I guess you can resign. I mean, you know.
I'll second that.
Else have a nomination? Discussion? Passes.
Who else can nominate people? I can't nominate, can I?
All right.
I'd like to nominate Chad Novak.
Want to nominate Chad Novak?
I do.
Is there a second?
Guys, for lack of second.
All right, so voting on the chair, Walt Ketcher, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Vice chair. Any nominations for vice chair? Second?
I'll second. Oh,
Okay, okay, Leah? Any discussions? All those in favor of voting Chad Novak as vice chair, say aye. All those opposed, say nay. Passes. Secretary. Any nominations for secretary?
I'll nominate Leah.
Leah and Ann, Elena. Any discussion?
I have a question.
Okay.
When people submitted forms for these positions, do we look into those next January, February? Do you bring them in March? I mean, because Leah's made it known that she wasn't going to come back, and if someone's interested in that, I don't know, are there forms down there now? Was this put out for these votes, this process that we're doing right now? Was this made public that if anybody was interested to come on this board or commission that?
I don't know about,
Submit
did you
papers.
get anything with TV yet about, we have one vacancy, what we discussed on Monday. Right?
yeah.
So, does anything happen with that, with the GITV or anything like that we have a vacancy?
I just put it on the website,
Okay, so we got it on the website.
just
So
for
that
the one
started
vacancy.
so I need clarification. So we are supposed to be 10 rather than cut down to 9?
Monday. We are 9. We're 8 right now.
It's supposed to be uneven number.
Right.
So, we got Ketcher, Novak, Myring, Shelkey, Woodward Ryan, Wayne, Hayner, Magron, and Yops. That's 8 people. Liaison and the director do not count as part of the commission. According, even though there was talk about reducing it to be like other commissions, they just want to maintain what the charter says.
Okay, I'm just putting that
And in
down.
order to hold one of these seats like this, you have to be on the board for at least a year, right? That's why we don't put these seats out to the public to come on if someone wants to be president or vice president or.
I think everything's fair game, Chad. I mean, if you're on the commission, you can.
For a year, yeah.
Sure. Does
yeah.
anyone have any clarification on that one?
Have it with me.
I'm pretty sure it is too. Yeah, you have to serve for a year. Yeah. So, okay, that answers. That's all I want to know.
Okay.
If it goes out to the public for secretary or not, because
Well, I think it just goes out to be on the commission first. Because that, you got to join a commission before you become a secretary or vice chair or chair.
so folks get those forms and applications
Right,
in
so we're
now for next
accepting-
year.
right.
We're accepting for that one, and that's on the website, on the
Yeah,
record.
We got that up and going.
Yep.
Thank you.
Any other questions? All those in favor of Leah, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed?
This is, of course, pending Township Board approval, right? Township Board can say no to somebody if they want to. Okay. Put it out there.
And that's just, you think that they will
I don't know.
pass? You said that there would be no support, correct?
Times may have changed. I haven't talked to them about it. I will.
Subcommittee updates. Township Board Liaison Nelson, got anything to report?
I just want to, as I did last night at the Island Fest meeting, thank Chad for an unbelievable job on Island Fest. It's morphed into more than somebody just volunteering to run it. And I talked last night about finding a way to compensate in some way Chad for all he does, because, I mean, that event is a huge event with a lot of responsibility. So, again, I will support that and move it forward unless you guys think I shouldn't do that. Obviously, I would guess you probably would, because without Chad, we don't happen. We being Island Fest. Thank you.
Now, the one thing about Island Fest, Jim, are you going to push for anything that's made at Island Fest to stay in the Island Fest budget and not go to general fund for next year?
All of it goes to rec.
Huh?
All of it goes to rec.
Past, anything that makes money goes back to general fund.
And told me today that it all goes to rec.
Does?
Yeah.
Catch that? Was that?
It goes directly to rec.
Oh,
I talked to Ann today.
Any other questions of Jim?
Chad, are you going to give a report about Island Fest tonight or not?
Mr. Nelson.
I just want to make sure, that's all. Sorry.
Look at your agenda.
I don't know. I did.
Open space and greenways. Leah, got anything?
Yes. For some reason, the minutes would not print on so I had to write up my own. But one of the things that I noticed in the minutes that are now being written with the community rec is that when it's a lengthy report, such as our school report or the one I'm giving, or Ethel Yops, they simply say, see the video. So I would like to have the community rec respond to that, not necessarily right now, but that should be new business, I guess. There was some discussion there about closure of one of the accesses to the Ferry Road Trail, and the commission is making efforts right now to reconstruct that area and to provide an alternative access. 3 options will be investigated. The dump the junk, as I reported before, had been very successful, but some new findings: no railroad ties or cement will be accepted, and there are restrictions on the county bridge for a dumpster that would be carrying the steel, and so they're concerned about that not being possible in the future. Both the Centennial Farm, the Manchester, and the Playscape trails need maintenance, and they've asked a company to take care of that by dumping chips and distributing it and removing falling trails, so that will happen. They sent 20 welcome letters to new residents, and they're looking for a liaison to the Bike Path Commission. And then I received through them brochures for household hazardous waste collection on Saturday, August 12th at Westland Shopping Center on Warren Road in Westland. And then on Saturday, October 7, there will be a similar household hazardous waste at Wayne County Community College on campus at Northline. That's it.
Any questions of Leah?
Oh, well, it'll be in my minutes. And I can give these brochures to you.
Okay.
Your household items? All right, thanks, Leah. All right, big programs and cultural events, Director General Chad Novak.
You skipped Water's Edge with Matt Wayne. I know he's not here, but I'd like to take that for a second if you don't mind.
Sure.
We're working on the transient, like Kimberly said, the transient signage. We got some plans going in. We want to get them to the board sooner than later. Even some ideas going into the season of 2018. But for now, it looks great down there. The water's really high. I know all of you know the height of the water is kind of cool to throw down there. But we're excited. And Water's Edge looks great down there. Thank you so much. There's only like one boat, and we know why it's sitting there. And two. And thank you for what you've taken on to do down there and keep peace one way or another. And it looks really nice. There's Matt Wayne's report. Welcome, Matt.
All right, now you're next for the cultural. Don't stop now. You're on a roll.
All right, so Island Fest was pretty good. My report. We I don't know if the last board meeting there was a lot of discussion about the traffic. They counted over 5,164 cars right before the fireworks across the street, and then an additional 2,000 with the soccer. But Chief Porcerelli is fine with what we're planning in the future or will be doing. I have the exact numbers. If anybody really wants all that, they can call me, or it's on record, isn't it? Tent and the carnival. The carnival had record numbers. That being said, it cost about almost $69,000 to throw Island Fest. But I don't want to say 22,000 because
I'd say
after all
rough.
the bills were paid and stuff, we got about 17 grand.
Yeah.
Nice.
So it's almost triple to what we've ever made in the past. I will be doing a presentation at the July board meeting. And like I said, thank you everybody out there that helped do what you did. I'm finally getting some.
I wish we could get attendance numbers.
Now I get to go to Put in Bay and have some R&R.
I wish we had attendance numbers because I've never seen so many people in my life there on Friday night for those fireworks.
They estimated, there's really no way to track that, but Joey, they have a way that they count the cars. It's crazy, and they put 2.5 people in each car, and they were saying at least 20,000 on Friday
night.
And not one incident. Everything was good. The safety, we got a little worked up this year because of how big it became. That being said, June 1, 2, and 3, 2018 is the next Island Fest. I want to thank my commission, too. Those guys and girls really, most of them came to and just tore it up. And the kids that we saw that were hired this year, the college kids were good. So, and Kimberly taking this on 2 weeks into her seat was an event. Coming up at homecoming weekend, we have a big event we're planning with the DDA. I'm not going to give a lot going on right now because it's still in discussions, but the DDA, the Festival Commission, and I'm going to be hitting up you people on the rec board here to do something during homecoming weekend that is also the Tour de Eel weekend. It's their third, I believe, and that's September 22, 23, 24. I know we shouldn't be looking into fall, but that's pretty much my report for that kind of stuff. Don't forget the great programs we have at the swimming pool. And tonight kicks off our summer concert series for Thursday nights with the DCB band. They do Motown and R&B and pop. And I can't wait to get out of here so I can get down there. So make sure you support Water's Edge and Smokies on Thursdays at 7. Not next Thursday, but after that, every Thursday through the summer. Thank you, sir.
Any questions of Chad?
Would you give me the number estimate again on how many were here for Friday night?
Over 20,000.
When I went to type it, I thought that sounded impossible, so I'm just...
No, I can give you the exact numbers. They were parking down by Manchester and East River, and Joey said at 10 to 10, Chief Porcerelli had to cut the traffic off. Crossing the bridge, they had like 3,000 cars trying to leave, and I'm not exaggerating with that, between 2-hour period. So there's things we're going to tweak with that, and it's good. Just remember the word is out about this. Trenton Forging came in with a great sponsorship, and, it was their 50-year anniversary, so they made that a big party for them, and they were very generous to what they did for festival budget, and we accommodated them. Well, it got pretty big, but it was exciting.
Good deal. Centennial Farm. Helene, anything you'd like to add?
I'll let you know when they get settled.
Okay. Any questions of Elena?
Do we look into that lease for, is it Luton's over there?
Yeah.
It's coming up. That's what we talked about.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think you were going to talk about
Anything you want to add about the lease at all, you guys?
Runs out June 30th, which is pretty quick, so
We're planning on probably doing a month to month until we,
I don't know that yet. The lease runs out June 30th, so we will have to either extend it month to month, and/or it's kind of, time is short here. Probably have to do that, and then open it up for bid a month later. We'll open it up for bid.
okay.
Will you be the one sitting with them over there, or is it Dr. Woodward, or how do the people who have the lease over there? Well, I don't even know what the lease looks like or what it costs or
it's-
anything. Oh, all right.
And
I
Dale
have it.
Reed, as far as I
We have
remember.
access to
Yeah,
that?
Thomas Sorty, right, Township Manager, or Township Attorney?
Thomas Sorty?
Yeah, I've been in communication with him, email with the attorney, and he is working on some solutions. I just kind of fell into this, so I'm leaving it up to the board. And obviously, we've talked a little bit today with some of the options, because it is coming up quick. And whether we rewrite the lease, extend it, or rebid it, that's kind of up to all of us and the board as well. So, but we're hoping to get that, hopefully.
All right. Questions?
Yeah, I think what Chad, I didn't hear anyone answer Chad's question. Is anybody on the rec commission going to be involved in the lease agreement or reviewing the lease agreement or anything, or is it just going to be handled by the township board?
I think it's going to be just between Thomas Sorty, probably Jim,
what's been
and
What's
Kim.
been the protocol in the past?
I'm
Is
sorry?
Has somebody been on from the rec commission?
No,
When the lease was written, was anyone involved?
No.
no.
Shouldn't you be?
We
With the
had a
rest-
resident involved.
But shouldn't,
I was
shouldn't
not involved.
at least you be involved? Because, okay.
You should be involved.
You're in.
I don't mind being involved.
Good. That's your thing.
Right, good.
Okay, airport recreation area, Greg?
One thing I want to say is I know Kim and a couple of us other had that working meeting. Is that what it was called the other night?
Right.
Study session, I'm sorry. I'm looking forward to Kim hammering out and finally getting the area over there organized in the sense that who can use it, what they can use, when they can use it, who can use it, and whatnot. So I'm looking forward to that so that it doesn't become such a sticking point in some of these meetings that we have. So the other thing during that meeting, too, we talked about getting the other, what was it, Giza, Gyra,
Baseball.
And Gyra baseball.
Yeah.
Gyra
Football.
baseball, the plans for the different field options. Did you have time to do that, Kim, or no?
I reached out to Dale, and obviously he's still kind of working half days with the
Right.
surgery and so forth. And I reached out to, I believe, I'm losing his name, Docker.
Kevin
Kevin
Nason.
Kevin,
Jason?
thank you. And we're on email. He has some plans. Again, everyone's coming at me. I want to do this. I want to do this. Football as well, as we spoke in our meeting. And I did get an email back from our attorney that he is finalizing those land use agreements, the draft. Once we get the draft, obviously I'll sit with the commission and the board because, that's really what we need to, everybody's got to be on the same page. I mean, that's what I'm finding being the newbie. And land use agreements are spelled out clearly who's using it, who's paying for maintenance, who's paying for water, what's the procedure to do, are we adding a fence? Are we adding this? You can't just throw it on the land and away you go.
Right.
So I did get an email back today that he is fine-tuning that right now. So timeline, I don't have an answer. It's in the attorney's hands right now. So as soon as I get it, I'm sharing that with, obviously, the board and the commission. So that's where we're at.
That's all I wanted to hear.
Yep.
Well, those user agreements have been going on, our township attorneys had them for a while. And Jim, can you support and talk with Tom and see if we can get that moving quicker? I mean,
We have.
it's been going on for a long time here.
We've told them
Appreciate
to get it
that.
in. Yep.
All right, anything else, Craig?
Nope.
Any questions? Chad, you sound like you had a question.
So we're looking at 3 leases, basically the farms, the soccer, and the Gyra, Giza and Gyra, coming up, or at least user agreements for the 2 playing fields, right? And
But it's gonna be other thing. It's gonna be like the kayak groups. It's gonna be Boy Scouts, whatever.
Well,
Anything that comes into
Giza and
recreation, you
Gyra,
want a user agreement.
right, but there's got to be some kind of funds worked into this agreement too, and not the handshake deals. I mean, we all are guilty of doing that kind of thing, but look into the user agreements.
Oh, shit.
And you know what I'm trying to say.
I know what you're saying, right.
Well, I think
right.
that's, Chad, I think
That's the
everyone's on
goal.
the same page. That's what she's trying to do so
Right.
that nobody can say, well,
These people didn't know it was said the other day, so it's good that we're all on the same.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's not gonna be a
Yeah.
blanket. It's gonna be customized to each group and what
True.
each
Yeah.
deal.
Because they all have different needs and different wants and different usages.
right.
So, and I know they were worked on prior to me coming. I just I haven't had a draft in my hand. So, like I said, I don't want to hold up the user groups. I don't want to do that. They're doing good things out there. All of them are. So I'm just doing the best that I can, trying to get things going. So
Other questions? Hey, thanks, Greg. Did Ethel give you anything, Leah?
No, in fact, I'm kind of worried about that. Do we know
town.
that she's away or?
I spoke to her. She's out of town for 2 weeks.
Okay, 'cause-
Nothing, huh?
No, usually she sends me something, and unless it got lost in the mail, I have received nothing, I'm sorry to say.
All right.
Yeah, well, I'm sure she is. Ethel, she has fun wherever she is.
She's not like that. Not like that.
All right. Anything you want to report, Leah, about the schools?
Well, I think I covered it in remarks last week, since the 2 girls are in Paris right now on an exchange, so that's kind of cool. But Groseal can just be so proud of its schools, both at the elementary, middle school, and high school. But of course, my contact is with the high school through another organization called the Groseal Musicale, and I attended what they call the Honors Assembly, or at least that's what it's called in other schools. And, we had over $2 million worth of scholarships awarded to these kids. I don't know how many valedictorians there were and salutatorians, but that was handled at the graduation ceremony, and everybody said it was marvelous. So I just want the township to know and be proud of our kids on this island in terms of their success in high school.
Great. Questions? Comment?
I used to have, high school would come and, or with me in my clinic. And then I would go to those meetings with the hospitals and the factories and all the school departments, and the schools would listen to what they were missing in teaching,
Okay.
which seemed to be like English and all that. But it was pretty clear that Groseal's students, it's just accepted or expected that they're going to go to college, where the other schools, high schools around here are not, or weren't when I was doing this. So we are considered in the whole school consortium thing as a, where it
Well,
is?
and I would only being a Trenton person, that Trenton is right there behind.
Oh, right.
Okay.
Oh,
I just represented
And-
Groseal.
go ahead.
Oh, wait till you're done. I just
FYI, over in Groseal, like a lot of the seniors and maybe even underclassmen, they encourage to do volunteer hours. So it might be prudent maybe to reach out in the school year and stuff like this to high schools and get their volunteer hours and put them to work that the best you can at whatever you want them to use them. So
I
they're
can
all-
use them.
You're right.
Come find Kim anytime.
So, and it always looks good on your resume for college and stuff like that. So that's what I wanted to say.
And I just want to go back on the Senior Olympics. we're asking everyone to register by June 30th. That's in our channels book. So the packets are at Water's Edge. So if anyone is interested, June 30th, please register for that.
Cool, thank you. Playscape, Sunrise Park, Ann?
Yep. I stopped at the Playscape today, and it looks really well. There were a bunch of families there. I talked to them, and one mom said that she says, "Wow," she says, "it looks really good." And she said, "And my son was one of the ones who made some of that art, And so it's a real source of pride for people to know that it's been cleaned up and that some of the art students provided some of the things that are there. Everything looks clean. The garbage cans were empty. I found one piece of trash, so I put it in there. And then as far as Sunrise Park, the water level is very high down there. So if anybody goes down to Sunrise Park, just be careful. Water's up to like where the bench platform is. There were 3 young men getting ready to launch kayaks, and so I stopped to talk to them, and they said that they love using Sunrise Park. They take their kayaks. The one guy said, "It looks like people probably go down that hill." He said, "But I would never," he said, "You'd really kind of mess up your kayak if you just dropped it down the hill." They just take their kayaks down the stairs, but they said, "We really like having this area because you can just get out and it's beautiful." So as far as that scope goes, I noticed that it was gone, and which is probably not a bad thing right now because that whole platform is underwater anyway. And but anyway, enjoy the parks. They're there for your use. Just please remember to clean up after yourself. Thanks.
Any questions of Ann?
Well, one thing, we need to look into the potential of building something to be able to get kayaks down to the water from up on top. Carrying them down for some people is okay, but so we're looking into, or need to look into, a structure that we could get them down there safely.
Well, adding on that is that weight trim plan that we kind of
trim
approved
plan.
that plan a couple months ago. So are you familiar with that one at all?
I'm not.
That's the drawings, the 8 configurations. There's 8 configurations of rec.
There's a weight trim drawing for Sunrise Park for the
Okay,
kayak.
okay, yes,
For
yes.
improvements and
Okay.
stuff like that.
They did the same layout for the
Soccer-
airport too.
yeah. Okay.
So they did both They did
Right.
both areas.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, kayak launch is included in that.
Okay. Yep.
Any other questions or comments? All right, any discussion items? Done to public comment? Tom? Individual commissioner comments. Greg, you got anything to add? Elena, anything to add?
No, I don't.
Chad?
Let's not forget about rescheduling those dates. I see it at the bottom here, but so we can meet earlier to not miss.
Right, July 27th.
I'm good.
Yeah, let's do it now.
Okay.
It says right at the bottom of your agenda.
Bottom.
And that is for, I thought we were picking something the first week of August.
August 3rd, we were proposing to hit
Oh,
July
okay.
and August. No, it's not good.
I made a typo then.
So, well, we
You
can
wanna pick
change
those
that now,
dates?
right?
All right, here, do you guys want to? All right, so it says July 27th, 5:30 p.m. on the bottom, right?
And that's not okay, or that's?
But it's a Thursday night concert again, okay, we're talking about, right? And, what you call it, August 24th is another concert at 5:30,
And August 3rd.
and August 3rd.
So we don't have a
So,
meeting on August 3rd.
but we were kind of throwing about on Monday, do we want to just try to meet August 3rd at 5:30 for July and August?
Wait, I'm,
Meet July,
I can think of
or
one
excuse me,
thing.
August
August
3rd.
3rd.
Meet August 3rd, and that would be for July's month and August's month meetings?
So then not July 27th?
Right.
Okay.
Is that good for everybody? August 3rd.
August 3rd.
August-
Okay. So not July 27th.
Correct. August 3
5:30?
at
At
5:30
At here.
at here. 5:30.
2 o'clock.
Chad, you got some more, right?
I'm good.
Are you good? Sure.
This end of the table's having a difficult time.
Is that good for you, Leah, too, August 3rd? Yeah. Okay. All right, you got any individual commissioner comments, Leah?
Oh.
Ann?
I would just like to wish everybody a happy 4th of July. That'll be just around the corner.
Oh, it's flying. Jim, anything you'd like to add?
Nope, I'm all set. Thank you.
Kim?
I'm good.
All right, we got...
Let's make everybody have a great, safe holiday from the Parks and Rec Commission here on Groseal. I know I'm already past my time, but, be safe, water,
Fun, safe.
picnics, barbecues.
All right, 6:11 p.m., a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Ann, second.
I'll second.
Chad, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Please volunteer in your community. Thank you.
What time is that?
6:11. That's wrong. That clock's wrong.
11.
All right.